Hi, welcome to Street Priest Ministries. I'm your host, Brother Jay, where we're taking the gospel back to the streets. I created a series of teaching called Drive-Through Messages. Today's people are in a hurry, in a rush. Most people have the attention of a goldfish, so we created a drive-through message, and the title of this drive-through message today is Walking on Water. So turn in your Bibles to Matthew 14:22. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into the ship and to go before him unto the other side while he sent the multitudes away. So it starts out with the disciples being ordered by Jesus to get into the ship and go to the other side. So we'll let you know they're in what's called the permissive will of God. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the seas, tossed with the waves, for the wind was contrary. So Jesus sent him into a storm, basically, while he's up on the mountain praying. And in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them, walking on the sea. So it was about approximately 3 in the morning. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be not afraid, it is I. Be of good courage, it is I. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if thou be bid, can I come unto thee unto the water? So Peter asked permission to get out of the boat that represents security and walk on a storming sea to come to Christ. And he said, Come. So now we have Peter doubly in the permissive will of God, because he ordered him into the boat, set him on the sea. Now he told Peter it's okay for him to come to him while he's on this raging sea in the water. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. So now he's walking on water like Jesus. But when he saw, and this is an interesting but, pay attention to buts, thens, and all that in the Bible gives you, let you know something has changed. But when he saw the wind boisterous, violent, he was afraid. And he began to sink. And he cried, saying, Lord, save me. He took his eyes off the Lord, and he began to sink. So Peter had a good start. He started out focused on Christ, got out the boat, he was walking on water as long as he was focused on him. Took his eyes off of Christ and paid attention to the raging storm, the winds, the waves, the circumstances, and he began to sink. But let's see what he does. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith. In the little Greek, he called him, O little faith man. He said, Wherefore did you doubt? In the Greek it says, Why did you double think? In other words, you see these waves and storms before you got out the boat. So why'd you get out the boat and focus on the waves and storms now that you're out on the waves? And so the message here that I want you guys to understand and to get, to grasp, I want you to stay focused on Christ during your storms. Storms of life is going to come. They're going to rage, but you stay focused on Christ. Boat represents security. Sometimes some of you have to stretch out in faith. You love security, but sometimes to get to the next level, you got to get out of the boat and walk on water. Water represents uncertainty. What uncertainty are you faced with in life? Are you faced with economic uncertainty? You're facing eviction. You're facing car getting repossessed. I mean, what uncertainty are you facing in life? Friends, family, health issues. I want you to stay focused on Christ. Stay focused on the Lord. And say, Lord, save me in these circumstances. Remember, you are in the will of God. It's hard to get out of the will of God than to stay in it. We are in the will of God. Because storms rage and winds blow, that does not mean you're out the will of God. Hell is going to attack you. Come to God, and I guarantee you hell is coming after you. That's the way it is. Just like a prisoner, as long as a prisoner is passive in prison, but once he goes over the walls and escape, all hell breaks loose. Everybody's coming after him. He's going to have the U.S. Marshals, the FBI, and everybody else chasing him down. So that's the same way it is with us. Once we escape the clutches of hell and turn to Christ, hell's coming for us. and they're coming after you. And you're going to experience setbacks. You're going to experience storms and waves. But I want you to stay focused on Christ. And another thing, Jesus rebuked the winds, and he said, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased. And him and Peter walked back to the boat. They didn't keep walking on the water. So your circumstance, your storms, your waves will soon be over. Christ will rebuke those winds, those storms that's in your life, and say, "Peace, be still." Your storms aren't going to last forever, is this message. So I hope this message has reached you, and if it has, we'd like for your support for this ministry. You can reach out in faith by tithing to this ministry. Get out of the boat. Trust God. He said, "Bring ye all the tithes in the storehouse. Let me meet my house. Prove me now here well, saith the Lord of hosts. If I not open you the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing that you cannot contain." Get out your boat and start tithing. Do something to show that you have some faith and start walking on water. Okay? And thank you for listening to Street Priest Ministry and supporting this ministry. God bless you. In Jesus' name.